going, guys? Slade here. Hopefully you're doing well. I know this is technically an off week for my upload schedule, but I'm trying to be as active as possible and I want to work towards uploading more. And the last time I did a video just kind of talking about things that were going on with me, people asked that I do that more often. Unfortunately, there isn't that much going on usually that is fun to talk about anyways, but I do have a couple things that I thought I'd discuss, and ultimately I just wanted to check in with you guys, see how you're holding up during all this craziness, and I hope that the answer to that is doing well. But either way, we're going to play some search and just see what happens in the meantime, and I'll sprinkle in a little bit about what's going on with me. I'd love to see that. This game sucks, dude. What? Quarantine, though, for me, really not been that bad. I'll admit I've enjoyed not having to commute, not having to be in the office so often, and I understand that the worldwide situation isn't great, and I totally respect that, but I'd be lying if I wasn't gleaning a couple positives for myself, just trying to focus on those and, you know, make the best of a weird situation, and I'm sure a lot of us are doing that. You know, I've definitely been able to spend more time with my family, focus on hobbies and work that I enjoy and stuff like that. So it's been cool. And you guys know that I'm fortunate that a lot of the work that I get to do, and obviously my hobbies, are things that I like to share with y'all. So I'll dive into those a little bit as well. That was pretty clean. Oh my god, guys. Holy shit. I don't think that was on, but what the fuck? Recently, one thing that I fully wrapped up is all of the VFX for this short film that's being produced in Atlanta. The whole thing is a silent film where all the dialogue is text messages popping up on screen. So I did a lot of motion design for that, and I kind of had to emulate the bounciness of the iPhone UI for like the text messages and stuff. So that was cool. I felt like I learned a lot. Another neat thing is that one person who's in charge of that whole project is heavily involved in the production of Stranger Things, and it just feels kind of cool to be slowly working my way towards at least feeling like I'm working on things that are connected to stuff like that. I don't really know how to word it, but you know that feeling of just kind of like climbing up a certain ladder, and I'm still nowhere near climbing it. You know what I mean? I just know someone who knows someone kind of situation, but it's still miles ahead of where I was even 2 years ago, last year. So it feels neat to be working towards that. And I'm sure a lot of people watching this feel the same way where, you know, I don't even know what I want to do still, but I know that I just say yes to work whenever I get the chance to work on stuff. And I try and learn something new every time. And so I feel like I'm working towards something. And I hope I figure out what that is.
Your ass. Your ass.
And then another neat project that I just wrapped up is this book that I was asked to do photographs and illustrations for that documents all of these historic moments in South Carolina. And I don't know when that will actually be done just because, you know, a book has to be written, edited, printed, all those things. So no idea when it'll actually be a finished product, but I finished my part. And I know for a fact I'll be credited in it. I know that I'll have pictures in it. And I'm pretty sure one of the photos that I took is the cover of the book as well. So if all that works out, that's pretty cool. Not as involved in the process for sure, but it'll be a neat thing to just have done because that's not even something that I really knew was a possibility. I just was reached out to for that. And I was like, oh, that sounds awesome. Let's do that for sure. Hey Taz, thanks for the follow, man. I'm not live right now, but apparently I still have my notifications set up, so appreciate you. And both of those were freelance positions that I was working on top of my full-time job and my 2 part-time jobs that I usually have. But this coming semester, I don't think I'm going to be returning to teaching. I did that for a full year, and I even did it into the pandemic, so I had to transition everything to online. So I feel like it'll be a pretty good look as far as like I powered through that, but I'm not really trying to do another semester of that just because it really was pretty complicated as far as moving all of that stuff to online and then not knowing if this coming semester is going to be in person or online and what the dynamics of that would be. So I feel pretty comfortable just saying that I did that for a year, and who knows, maybe I could come back and do it again some other time, but it's a cool experience to have under my belt. And at the same time, you know, I've realized more and more lately that I don't really want to be doing things longer than I feel like I'm learning something from them. And I wish this was something that was said to me earlier on, because there are things that I've done longer than maybe I was benefiting from them as far as an education goes. So, you know, this idea of like having someone at a position that can tell you how to do something better or help you improve the thing that you're trying to improve on, as opposed to being the person that knows how to do those things. I want to be constantly improving myself, constantly learning, and I don't think I'm maybe ready to be in a position where I'm teaching people at least consistently. I don't mind, you know, helping, but I don't know if I belong in a classroom just yet. So I really do feel like that was a great learning experience for me, but I think I'm ready to try other things. And I think that mentality applies to a lot of things in my life now. I've realized that I really would like to make sure that I'm constantly surrounding myself with people that are helping me better myself. And I hope that that relationship is back and forth, but that's something that I'm trying to focus on more now than ever. Hello.
And
Yo, Slade, you're actually a god, bro. It almost took out half our team. That's crazy.
Appreciate
You
it.
did take out half our team. You.
Yeah, my bad. I'm gonna go over.
And in that same vein of trying to focus on improving myself in areas that I consider important and getting better at things that I enjoy, I am trying to dial back a little bit on how much, like, quote unquote work I do, and focusing a little bit more on uploading and streaming and, you know, just like the hobbies that I really enjoy. I can't ever guarantee that I'll ever be able to do this full time or make enough money to focus on it entirely, but I do want to direct a little bit more of my attention to that because I do enjoy it so much. And to an extent, I put it on the back burner in a lot of instances to focus on work, just because that felt like the important thing. But I'm trying to strike a better balance between doing those things, just because I'm worried later on I'll look back and regret not, you know, putting more effort towards certain things. So I'm trying to find a good balance with those things, and I guess talking about that hopefully will help too. And the last thing I really want to touch on is just anything you guys have been entertaining yourselves with, or things you've been doing to stay sane during quarantine. For me, personally, I just recently got an Oculus Rift S headset, and I was never really one to get too excited about VR. I've never been too interested in it because every time I hear somebody talk about it, it sounds kind of gimmicky to me. But having tried it, I've completely 180'd on that opinion. I am all in. Anybody that's been considering trying it, definitely do so. I am blown away by how immersive it is, how real it feels, and I would just really recommend giving it a chance, especially during a time like this where we can't necessarily go out and do the things that we want to do. There's all these simulated experiences and crazy things to try out. So I'm 100% vouching for it now. It's crazy. I really could just sit there and do it for multiple hours. I wish I had more free time to mess with it more. It's so cool. And I'd be interested to hear what you guys think about it if you've tried it yourselves. But definitely let me know anything else you guys have going on. Love to hear about work, hobbies, or entertainment in general, any TV shows, movies, stuff like that. You guys know I love reading those comments and replying, so keep me posted. I hope in some sense this was fun or informative. I know it's mostly just me kind of rambling about what's going on with me, but I try and chime in with a little bit of, you know, insight or thoughts there too. So if you want to discuss any of that, feel free. And as always, I appreciate y'all watching. Keep an eye out for a normal, quote unquote, upload here in the future. And y'all have a good rest of your night. Y'all take it easy. Peace. Some lobbies that are going to give us some death reactions, though, man. That's why I'm on here.
Killed her husband.
That goddamn bitch.
Yeah, fuck that stupid bitch.
Unbelievable.
Killed him.
She's in the... Check the septic tanks.
Yeah, so on Hackney Yard, try to camp in there, it would just murder everybody inside. That's great.
Oh my god.
What? Slade, get the fourth, please. Oh!
That was sick, dude.